Hey there, welcome to Module 3, which is about connecting with your audience. So, if you do the work from Module 1 and really commit to leading an audience and start doing that stuff, you're going to start to attract people into your world. And once you attract them into your world, the next step is what do you do then? And what you do then is you connect with them. A lot of people skip this step. A lot of people want to go straight from they come into my world and they say, hey, you want to buy my stuff? 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 And people either buy or don't. And if they buy, great. But if they don't, they then get ignored. That's what a lot of people are doing. That is not a path to success. What I'll tell you is this connection piece is hugely important. It's really what takes people from, kind of a lukewarm, hey, this person might have something interesting, to raving fans who are ready to buy what you have, but also become the people who start promoting you, like with guerrilla marketing. They're like telling their friends about you, and you don't even have to do anything to get more people into your world because people are doing it through the word of mouth. That happens by doing this phase right. And you got to do it. So another way to think about it is that this is a phase that's kind of about brand awareness marketing, which is a term that people use to kind of talk about getting your brand out there, getting your name out there, getting people to hear about you and to really kind of connect with you as a brand. And in our case, that's connect with us as people because we are our brands. Ultimately, your goal in this phase, just to give you a sense, or in this part of the framework, is to build what we call goodwill in the marketing world. Goodwill is just kind of this idea that there's this intangible, belief and good feeling about your brand. And that goodwill is often valuable separate from anything else because people see you as a brand that they want to do business with, that is a quality brand that's doing all of those things. When you do this connection phase or this connection piece right, you're building that day in and day out. What I'll tell you is this piece is why I have people coming and buying my legal templates every day without me ever even interacting with them. What's happened is I built connection with my customers. My customers then hear one of their friends saying, hey, I need a legal agreement for this. Where do I go? And they say, go to Bobby. That's the power of doing this part right, is you actually kind of build this thing and it's a big snowball. And once it gets going, it gets bigger and bigger and it gets easier and easier. So that's what this phase is about. But it's also about, helping you convert individual buyers because they feel connected. It's building that know, like, and trust factor that helps people want to do business with you. So that's the goal. Now let's talk about what we're going to talk about in the different lessons here. The first lesson is going to seem weird when you hear the title. It's going to be add more cowbell to your brand. Now this is, you're going to hear and say, what in the heck is Bobby talking about? Well, more cowbell, it comes from an old SNL skit, but it is my rallying cry for you to add more of your personality into your brand. Now, a friend of mine said this to me more than 2 years ago, and since then, it really has become the way I express that belief to people because it's memorable. And the concept is, a cowbell, if you've never heard one, once you hear it, you can't ignore it. It's not something you can ignore. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but you can't ignore it. And that's what your personality is. It kind of infuses your brand with you and helps to kind of keep people's attention. So that's the first lesson. Then we're going to talk about how you create your core stories. And I'm going to tell you, you may say, oh, I've heard about this. I know that I'm supposed to tell stories about me being the guide and my customers being the hero. Well, if that's what you think, you're going to learn a thing or two in that lesson because I have a different spin. I'm not saying those types of stories aren't important, but those stories have nothing to do with connection. And you're going to learn how to use stories to actually connect with your audience in an authentic way. After we talk about stories, we're going to talk about your core content. Again, sorry, not sorry. You need to be creating content on a regular basis. My belief is you need to create long-form content, at least one piece per week. And this content is doing a couple of things. It is establishing your authority for your audience, but it's also helping you connect with your audience because you can show your personality. You can add cowbell. You can do all of those things. So it's giving you that capability. Then after your content, we're going to talk about social media. Now, social media, this is not a course about social media. Let me be clear. But I want to make sure that you're thinking about social in the right way as a way to connect with people. And that's what you'll be learning in that lesson. And then finally, we're going to talk about one of the things that I'm passionate about, which is email and emailing your list and how you can use email on, kind of your weekly email that you send to people as a way to connect with your audience in a deep way that, first of all, makes it easy and fun for you to write your emails. That's pretty cool. But it also helps to kind of do the purpose of connecting with people and actually make them want to do business with you. So that's what I got in store for you in this module. Go ahead, dive in. The first lesson is all about More Cowbell. You're going to learn what that means, exactly how to do it, and kind of, you'll start to see the method to my madness. But enjoy. And remember, connecting with your audience is always a good decision.